Hi everyone, this is Killshot99 Gaming. This is Playdead Live Level Up event, Crimson Cove. It is the day after Crimson Cove. A lot of excitement, a lot of fun last night, but certainly, as I warned many of you, I had people messaging me all day long. Kills, we got this. We're taking down Redbeard, and I said, look, do not take this lightly. This is the toughest night that we've had. And I think it proved to be so. So hopefully you guys are having a good Saturday afternoon. I want to start just a few minutes early because we have some of you in chat. If you guys can hear me loud and clear, give me a quick 999. Want to make sure that we got some people in here. I think we can knock this out within a couple of hours. I know it's a beautiful Saturday afternoon. So if we have people ready to go, I'm going to go through early experience points. We're going to do a couple things differently today. I have rounded up to a few people. I do have to tell you guys, don't come in here with your hopes really, really high. There's a lot of people that didn't level up. Just being perfectly honest with you. I had a template of all the experience points you guys could have gotten. There was a basis for items used, for leadership, for boss kills, for decision making, and you guys left some experience on the table. That's the only thing I can tell you. Some people will. Some people have level up potions and a couple other things. They leveled up pretty strong the last time. But I'm going to give you guys a few reminders of some of the experience that we left on the table. And I did round up, as I said, over 16,000. So the next level up could have been 16,000. I try to keep it somewhere around a full level, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little bit less, that you have to go kind of outside the box. But experience starts to scale. You got a little bit more experience than you got last time, but the problem is you needed a lot more this time around. So you'll see kind of how this is going to play out. But I did say I had a special announcement, so I will make that announcement as well for those people that are pretty hungry to level up. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But yeah. Anybody anxious to go? Now, as far as your ATT, the way that we're going to do die rolls today is I'm going to roll a 10-sided die. So that means you guys need 3 ATT 20s. If you have them in your inventory, you're good. If not, then I am going to roll. It's going to be rolled offline. So I don't have the template set up for you guys to do the 10 dice roll yet. That would have taken me probably another hour to get all that set up. So, Amy, we can kick off with Amy. No worries. All right. Since we do have a few people here, let me give you guys just a few reminders. A few people are going to pop in here or there. Some of you are going to have very similar experience because some might have had the exact amount. Some might have had a little bit low that was very, very close and then rounded up. And you know what, Heart of Nixie, I'm probably one of the most trustworthy people in your group that you can trust. So let me kind of remind you guys, this is your character record sheet, and this is the experience points that many of you needed. So you can see that big advancement from level 5. A lot of you guys were level 5. Some people were 4. Wasn't as big of a jump. Look, if you were level 4, you're good, right? You go from 4 to 5, you're fine. But to go from 5 to 6, which most of our players were, 16,000 of a jump. But, as I said, let me remind you of a couple things. One, you guys got off to a great start. You went in, you took care of business with Redbeard, took down Singe, Redbeard hit the road, you guys did well with your experience points there. And then I have to say it went a little downhill after that. Let me remind you of the bottle event. The bottle event was the opportunity for you guys to get bad barked, to get a timed event, and to really keep that momentum going. This did not go well. And if there's anybody here that thought that went well, think again, because it did not go well. So then we transitioned to the next part, which was the bad bark fight. We had bad barked. we had Toxie, we had Rage, and it started to unravel a little bit. I got no problem with you guys learning. I'm just saying, from an experience standpoint, this was some of the stuff that was left on the table. And once the Bart fight did not go to plan, we had another chance, and that was the cloning event. And during the cloning event, there was a whole lot of indecision. It was, I think I see 3 Wills. Why is there 3 Wills over there? Why is Bloodfish down there by himself? So there was just a lot of trying to figure it out, and the longer it took to figure out, we lost people. So that was not a strong suit for the group. And I know some of you guys are going to have some. Look, you're not going to want to eat a snow cone today. You're not going to look up at a rainbow. You're probably going to boycott Skittles. Now, this part of the problem with this is Bloodfish had the first color given to him. And he mumbled, and he went toward the gold, but did not decisively include the group. So this was a loss of experience, but for some of you, it actually turned out to be okay. Because we had TS-10s flying, we had, as far as an item use standpoint, there were some people that made up some ground. So I would say this might have been a wash for some. And then we went straight to Zed, and I think Zed was a pretty good fight for you guys. I would say, look, it wasn't quite as smooth as the first one. But it was a win. And then we transitioned to probably the most bizarre, slightly entertaining. The tunnel was a challenge. And following up the tunnel, we know that there were some challenges. And the fact that there weren't a lot of people saying, wait a minute, this is Frank Zappa and Dweezil, and you don't eat the yellow. I thought there would have been a little bit more appreciation for the music reference here, but no worries. But the fight in itself was certainly not our best. And then we ended it up with a Redbeard fight that took a little bit of outside the box thinking, and still Bad Bart is on the loose. We had some purple cubes with Redbeard. It's a long shot, but it got through. We silenced Ace. So there were some good moves in there. You guys fizzled some things with Zed that took good die rolls in order for things to happen. But I would say the strategy, the creativity was pretty good. The fighting, when things line up, the stars align, this group is really good. When there's the slightest bit of chaos, it seems to unravel in a hurry. I don't know if you guys would agree with that. That's just kind of my perspective. It's like you guys can go just bam, bam, bam. Everybody's organized. We got rows. We're behind the tanks. We got group A, B, and C. All right, let's not use grenades. Oh, who used a grenade? And then it just kind of goes straight chaos at that point. But that is the learning experience. Moonshot says, Kills, I know you don't get mad during the challenge. You ever sit back and be like, what the hell are they doing? I honestly laugh a little bit. I really do. When you guys take a step back, like at the end of it, it's very comical and entertaining if it weren't so serious all the time. And I think that's the part of the game that, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, when you guys talk about these different, today it's going to be like, man, I wish we would have did this because then I wouldn't have to use these XP potions and I'd be level 6 already. But I think, in 2 or 3 chapters, you guys are probably going to look back at this chapter and say, this was probably one of the most entertaining, most fun chapters. For me, it certainly was. It had a very dark element to it. It had it's got some ongoing stories. It's got the Bloodfish storyline with Brace. It's got Jiggy and what Jiggy is doing in the background. It's got Bad Bart that you guys can't ever seem to kind of pin this guy down. So it certainly has all of the storylines that continue to sort of rear their head at either the right time or the wrong time. And now you've got a group that is on a bay that is gradually getting covered up by lava, and you've got one way out, and that is toward the ocean, and you've got no boat. So luckily, I'll make an announcement shortly that I think some people are going to be pleased to hear, and I'll make it after we go through a couple level ups. So, all right. I think, at the point in the tunnel last night, it got kind of intense. It got stressful, and then I think a few people just started cracking joke. It's like, all right, yeah, that's kind of, it's kind of funny, and it was. I mean, there were some things from that were entertaining. So to answer your question, Moonshot, I have a blast, and I think when I get to a point where the game's not fun, it can be competitive, it can be challenging, but it's also got to be fun. So here is your base, Amy. Your base for experience points is 8,000. So 8,000 experience points. We combined items used and extra decision-making bonuses. Rings are taken into account. Double XP potions are taken into account. Triple XP potions are taken into account. Some people use triple XP potions and then lost. So all of those things are factored in to the boss fight. And we had several people using extra bonus XP. So Amy, your total ended up being 11,000. So 11,000 was your rounded up total. I'm making it a little bit easier for some people. Some people got a bigger roundup than other people. I know some people are like, oh, wow, that's the base. So there was a maximum of over 15,000. So, Amy, I've got you at 11,000. Now, keep in mind, some of you have potions. You guys got 1,000 XP last night. Some of you had potions, XP potions in your inventory. So, Amy, that 10,000 is going to put you at a new total of 28,785. Let me go to the experience point sheet. So as you can see, that is short of the 32,000 that is needed to go up to level 6. So currently you are level 5. Now if we want to go through your inventory, you're close. Oh, I'm sorry, it's 11,000. It's 11,000. I was looking at somebody else. Yes. So 11,000 puts you at 28,785. So a little bit over 3,000 short. And you do. After last night, all of you guys got an extra 1,000 last night. So I would say most people have at least 2,000. So Amy, you probably, I would imagine, almost 5,000. So if you would like to apply a combination of potions, so at 28,785, that puts you about 3,215 short. So we can add 3,200 worth of potions, or 3,250. And that's going to take you up to level 6. All right, so congratulations. We're going to take you to level 6. Now, here's the question. Amy, do you have 3 ATT 20 potions? I mean, we can look. You guys got your most recent inventory, so you should have an idea of what you have. And then some of you guys bought bundles the other night. So I think most people are going to be good until we get to like Dow and Animal and Anthony and a couple other people. All right. So we can take out 3. Remember, we're going on a 100% scale. So we can take out 3 ATT 20s. And Amy will take you up to level 6. And I'm going to add 3,250 to your total of 28,785, giving you a new total of 32,035. And you will be the first level 6 player. So congratulations. We don't need to roll. Your ATT just went up another level. So once again, I'm not going to go over, let me explain this to you guys again. I'm not going to get into who has 4 bionic pieces to raise their ATT once, and then who has 5 of each and 5 threads to raise their ATT twice, and then who might have 10 bionic hearts and bionic, you guys get the idea, right? Currently, until we combine, the highest players have an additional ATT 2. So if I were to go through Amy's, this is the way it would work. Let me explain it because a lot of people get confused with this. Amy's base ATT is 6. She is now level 6. So that means her ATT would have been 11. We just rolled it to make her ATT 12. Everybody got that? Give me a 999 if you follow me so far. We go base, level, upgrade, items. Okay, in that order. So now that we got Amy at ATT 12, we add her bionic set, which makes her ATT 13. Then we add her second bionic set with the threads, which makes her ATT 14. And if she can get the final set, or the next set, which is going to have the hearts on there and the red thread, she'll go to ATT 15 and she will be able to use Tier 2 at ATT 15. So she's pretty close to ATT 15. In fact, Jim, Bonnie, Gina might be very close. There's probably still a few wild cards short. I haven't went through and looked at individual inventories. You'll know when you know because they'll be wearing Tier 2. Now, the good news to that is some of you guys that didn't level up today probably gives you a little bit more time to get Tier 2 over the next couple weeks. Nope, the brain is different. So let me explain ATT level ups, because this is going to become a pretty common question. Anytime you're below the maximum of 6, a wild card gets contributed to you being below the maximum to get you up to ATT 6. Once you establish the maximum, then you collect basically four bionic wild cards. Now, in the old days, it used to be a bionic hand, a bionic shoulder, a bionic elbow, and a bionic foot. You can still collect one of each of those. But to make it easier, now you just combine 4 bionic wild cards after you're the max. And that will take you up 1 ATT point in addition to your max. Then you have to collect groups of 5. This is where it starts to get a little bit more challenging. Not impossible, because we've had them in bundles. We've had them in last night. You guys got a couple threads. So the threads, all of those items have become more attainable. So don't think about the hearts and the red thread just yet. So to get the second ATT, you need to collect 5 of each bionic piece, which would be the equivalent of 20 bionic wild cards, 5 foot thread, 5 elbow thread, 5 hand thread, and 5 shoulder thread, and combine all those together, and then you can get a second ATT. More than half the players, almost half the players have already done that. Then once you do that, it starts over again. And then you have to collect 10 of each, which is the equivalent of 40 bionic wild cards, 10 hearts, and 10 red threads. Now, some people were, a month ago, they were gasping like, oh my God, I can't get that many. But we have people that are getting close. So that's going to take you up your third ATT. And now when you get into the Neuro thread and the brain, that is going to be a set of 20 bionic wild cards, 20 threads, 20 brains, and 20 Neuro. It's going to take a while to get there. So it's not an overnight deal, but leveling up ATT is a big deal. 10 hearts, 10 red threads, 10 elbow threads, 10 shoulder threads, 10 foot threads, and 40 bionic wild cards. And you will see some of that tomorrow with the banker. And this is why I say for players, if you get a chance to get a hold of some of those wild cards and some of those threads, grab them. You're making an investment in your character. You might want the grenades right now, but you might need those items in the future. All right, so Amy, congratulations. You are unofficially ATT 14. You're 12, but we know you're 14, which means you can equip the Nox. It's pretty sweet. So Amy's also the first person to probably be equipping the Nox 9. So congratulations. It's that simple, everybody. Luckily, she's had some potions. She's leveled up in the background. She's still got a few more potions left over, 1,500. So, she can use for a rainy day. But that's how we do it. ATT stands for attribute. So, and Anthony just rolled his character. So, Anthony, you rolled last night. You got an ATT 4, which is 2 below the max. And you got a wild card. So that wild card will be able to get you up to ATT 5. But there's also a tank necklace that you can get, which will temporarily boost you to ATT 6. And the way the game works is the higher the ATT, the better weapons and armor you can use. So it's not just about strength and health. It's also about what kind of gear can I put on. If I'm ATT 4, I can only use this type of weapon. But when I become ATT 6, every weapon and every piece of armor has an attribute requirement. So that's how simple the game is. That's how simple it is to roll. Now, in addition to that, every time you level up, if you look at this sheet we have up on the screen, in the bottom right-hand corner, the bottom left-hand corner, it's going to give you a whole list of FCS, which is focus. That's the attribute for snipers. You got brawn, BRN. Brawn is the attribute for tanks. You got strength, STR. That's the only attribute. Each character, each class only has one attribute. So, strength belongs to warriors. Intelligence belongs to medics. Guile belongs to engineers. Agility belongs to ninjas. And FTH, faith, belongs to priest. So every time you level up, that bottom left-hand corner is your friend. So the only thing that you can level up, Anthony, is your health. Every time you level, you gain 2 base points of health. Every player starts out 5 health and 1 point of damage. So as a tank, you could be level 10 and still only dealing 1 point of damage. So you need gear and you need weapons to compensate for the fact that you're not scaling your damage up as you go. Or bionic hammers. There are other things in the game that you can combine which will make you hit harder and take more damage. All right, so Amy, congratulations. And we had a couple people here early. How about somebody that thinks they're going to be just a little bit short? Because there are a few. And, there were a few pleasant surprises. All right, I'm going to get Bilal. Bilal needs to get some sleep. And let me say with Bilal, certainly Bilal jumps in there. He does his healing. He's strategic. He's just getting his gear. He's just getting items. So Bilal, where we left it at the end of last level up, he was level 4. And he had 11,200 experience points. Now, Bilal is not a, coming up short story here, because he was only about 5,000 short for going up to the next level. So, Bilal, I've got you at 9,000. That includes your bonuses for boss fights. It includes item used, other decisions, playing your class. You play your class quite well. So I rounded up. We've got you at 9,000, which puts you pretty comfortably. And you do have a couple potions. I don't recommend even using them. You got 1,000 XP potion last night. But this is going to put you at 20,200. So certainly you could use a couple potions and go up to 22,000, 23,000. But you're kind of right in the middle, right? I think you're at a good spot. That takes you from level 4 to level 5. You can't use the new medic page until you're level 6. Amy can, by the way. But at level 5, that is going to take you to ATT 11. And if we combine 4 wild cards, that would take you to ATT 12. But let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Let's first get to ATT 20 potions. So Bilal, you are max level ATT 6. So we need 3 ATT 20s in order to level you up. So we're going to go through inventory here and see what we got. So Bilal, I've got you at 2 ATT 15s and an ATT 20, which would, we add all 3 of those, that's over 100%. That will level you up to the max. So we don't need to use any XP. And if you're good with that, we will make it happen. And then that's it. All right. So Bilal is going to 20,200. He's going from level 4 to level 5. He's currently ATT 11. And he might be within a wild card or 2. We'll check your wild cards tomorrow at the banker event. But if you have 4 wild cards, I haven't looked at your inventory to that degree, then we can combine those 4, and that'll take you to ATT 12, which means platinum gear, PvP gear. Those 2 things unlock at ATT 12. So, congratulations. I'm pretty sure, I thought the Oasis was 10. Yeah, the Oasis is 10. You could have already used the Oasis. At 12, that's where you start getting into Cyclone 7, Ghost Bow, Davy Jones Dagger, Jade, the Volt, the Talons, Singe. I mean, all those are ATT 12. It's going to unlock a whole lot of weapons for you. So, congratulations, B. We got our second person that leveled up. Don't get too excited, everybody. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people that aren't. A lot of people are in between. Tier 1 gears, ATT 10. You can already use Tier 1 gear. You could have been using Tier 1 gear. Platinum is 12. And PvP gear is 12. You know what, Ron? You're correct. I should be sleepy. You only need 2 ATT. You only need 2 ATT 20s. Amy, sorry about that too. Ron, that's not sleepy. That's actually correct. See, Nixie, I told you shouldn't trust me. No, it's just, because we switched to the 100%, the 10-sided die. I don't know why I had 3 ATTs in mind, but I did. All right, but anyway, 2, and that's why I wanted 2 in the bundles the other night. The reason I put 2 in the bundles is so anybody that might have 1 was good to go. And most of you, that bundle the other night gave you enough for the next level. But we do have a couple people that are going to level up 2 or 3 times. All right, let's get the new guy in here. How about Anthony? Where you at, Anthony? You know what? I might have even said it in a stream. And maybe I confused everybody. I might have said, hey, we're going to 10-sided. Now you're going to need 3. And it just might have planted that seed. Hopefully I didn't. I hope it's just something I did today, but you never know. All right, so Anthony, you are level 0, no experience, and last night was your first night jumping into the fray. A couple times you literally jumped in the fray. So I have got you, I can find my list here. I've got you last night with the group, gaining 4,000 experience points. It's rounded up. It was slightly below that, but it is rounded up. So at 4,000 experience points, and that's the advantage of getting in with the group. A lot of people ask this question. They say, well, look, can I start the game even if the game's already started when people went through the asylum and they went through Crowley's farm and so on and so forth? But sometimes you got to throw rocks, right? And you got to hide behind people and you got to get some of the experience points. And I think you did that well last night. And we saw a big difference between Dahlstrom from the first week to the second week to the third week. And I think same thing with Animal, same thing with you. Our new players are going to start to be more relevant. And we know in the beginning it's a little bit of a struggle, and we know it's a struggle for you guys. You guys just want to, you want to do the same thing everybody else is doing. I would say you will be very soon. So Anthony, your ATT is 5, which makes it a little bit more challenging for you. And I'll tell you why. Because that means each one of these die rolls have a separate success rate. And this is where it's going to get dicey and potentially expensive. Now, luckily, we have some pretty cool people here. So, for you to level your ATT from 5 to 6, because it is a 5, you have a 50% chance instead of the other people who have a 60% chance. Now for you, it is going to take 3 ATT 20 potions or 2 ATT 20s and an ATT 15, some combination to go from, when you go from level 0 to level 1 to level 2, and level 2 to level 3. So I'm going to use Father Ron's math here because it's better than mine. By my calculation, we're roughly going to need 9 ATT potions. Now, that's a big jump, right? And normally you don't need 9. So that's kind of the double-edged sword. It's like, it's cool to get up to speed with the group, but the first time you level up, it's like, oh crap, I don't have these potions, and now I might need wild cards later on. So here's kind of the way it works. And I'll write these down. And everybody that wants to jump in, you can jump in and help out with your inventory. I'm sure Anthony will help you guys out later on. So, Anthony, to go from level 0 to level 1, we take that 4,000 experience I just gave you. And now you go to level 1. So that first 1,000 puts you to level 1, and now we got to do a die roll. So if we were doing a true die roll, I would take a 10-sided die, or I'd put it up on the screen if I had it ready, and I'd say, hey, Anthony, 50-50 chance, if I roll a 1 to a 5, you're going to level up to the next level. If I roll a 6 to a 10, all right, I'm not going to tell you what I rolled, but let's just say it was 50-50. And I said, yes, you got the die roll. So now you're a level 1 and you're ATT 6. You're still 1 behind your max, but you made the die roll. Now the way we take that die roll out of play is we find a combination of 50% of ATT and then we skip the die roll. So, if we go based on the rewards last night, there were no ATT 20 potions. So that means currently you have 0. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of put the feelers out there. Julia Muse says, Kills, he can have any of my ATT 20s. I have 7. Now that's a hell of a contribution right there. That alone puts you only 2 short. Now if Julia adds the ATT 15s, her 9 ATTs right there will take you all the way to level 3 and will max you out. Now that is up there as far as generosity. Now it means she's going to need to find a couple before her next level up, right? Or, Julia, I hope you're not giving away ATT 20s that you might need to level up today. So when you say I have 7, I don't know if you have 9, you have 7. Remember, we still got to do your level up event. All right, so Bloodfish is going to give him 5 ATT 10s. So that right there gets us you to level 1 right out of the gates. So Anthony, currently you are level 1, ATT 6, but we still use your same base every time we roll. Even though you're 6, your percentage doesn't scale up unless you hit the max. I want that to make sense to everybody. So yes, you can raise your base 1 more, but you can never have more than a 60% chance to raise your ATT. So now what we need to do is you got 3,000 experience points left. We're going to give you another 1,000 experience points of your 3,000, which is going to take you up to level 2. So now that you're at level 2, you got a 50% chance to raise your ATT one more time. So Bloodfish took care of the first one, so now we need to come up with about 50%. That is correct, Julia. So Julia, if you have 7 and you want to give away 5, all right. So Bloodfish is going to give you another 5. So hold on, everybody. So that is a total of 10 that Bloodfish is given to you, Anthony, and that's going to take you from level 1 to level 2. So again, at level 2, your base ATT is 5, but your overall ATT is now 7. So this next one is going to take you to overall ATT level 8. So let's give you your last 2,000 experience points, which is going to put you at 3,000 experience points. Now you're level 3, and you still have a 50% chance to level up. So now what we have to do is get you another 50%. And I've seen Kel, I've seen Julia, I've seen Bloodfish already given 10. So if Julia gives you 3 ATT 20s, that'll be enough to get you maxed out. You're still 1 behind the cap, but we'll deal with that tomorrow. I got a feeling there'll be a bionic wild card available tomorrow and a few bionic pieces. So Julia is going to give you 3 ATT 20s. All right, so between 2 players right there, that's 13. Tank necklace as well. Now, the tank necklace is a temporary fix, but the big thing you got to do, Anthony, you got to get a hold of a wild card. Once you get the max ATT, it's just like a breath of fresh air. Right, Father Ron? I remember Father Ron, he rolled ATT 5. Father Ron was kicking rocks. He messaged me, he's like, kills. Man, I'm 1 short. And then he was collecting, and then he hit that ATT 6, and it's just like, okay, now that's off my back. I don't have to worry about it. Now I can focus on the threads and the gear and all of those things. So, Anthony, we've got you right now at level 3. Congratulations, making that move. The latest tank, and we got your ATT at 8. And if we get you a wild card, we can get you up to 9. We get you 5 wild cards. And you can start wearing tier 1 gear. That's all we need. We get you 1 wild card. That pushes you up to ATT 9. And then you collect 4 more wild cards after that. You can already start using tier 1 gear at level 3. So, there you go, everybody. That is our 3rd level up. All right, let's get Will. All right, Will, I'm going to let you jump in here because Will is going to be one of my challenges for today. And not because of Will, just because it's the way it worked out. Nope, wild cards are not tradable. And bionic pieces are not. All right, so Will, Again, Will, you made some good decisions. You played your class. Some of you used a boatload of items, and you got some extra XP for it. And you continue to get extra XP, and you're using elixirs and potions and all of the above. So, Will, this is where I had you at the end of Jigsaw's Jungle. I had you at 16,835. You'd just gotten over the hurdle to level 5. You're right there. But that's a big mountain to climb, right? I mean, that's 16,000. You almost needed the max. So, overall, much like Amy's results as well, we rounded you up a little bit, and you ended up with a total of 11,000. Now, that's going to put you at 11,000 is going to put you almost 28,000, which leaves you about 4,000 short. Now, even if we go through your potions and the ones you got last night, it's still not going to be 4,000. It's going to put you close. It's going to put you within a couple thousand. And several of you today are going to be short of leveling up to level 6. But here's my special announcement. Starting this Friday, we are going to do a special raid in our off week like we did a few weeks ago. And the group will have a chance. It's not a guarantee. So I don't want this to be a workaround. You guys may not make it. So if you want to gamble and not use them, I would say if you have the potions, use your potions and get yourself to level 6 as soon as possible. Because one thing I know is nothing is certain next Friday. But I will say that raid could yield between 4,000 and 5,000 experience points. If it does, and you have 2 ATT potions, I will auto level you during the pack opening event next weekend. Now, A, you got to be here Friday night. B, you got to win. And C, it is going to be Bad Bart Part 3. You guys have seen Bad Bart. He's going to have some friends. But that will be next Friday night is going to be a special raid, and it is going to be off-cycle experience points. If you guys don't succeed, nothing I can do. But if you do succeed, it's going to benefit probably about 15 players who are going to be a few thousand experience points short today. It's the best I can do. Now, some people, you guys have saved up experience points potions. Amy has, Bloodfish has, Gemstone has, a few others. But some of you guys are going to be just a little bit short. But the advantage to using your potions and getting leveled up today is you can start to get your gear and take your gear into Friday night. And I would love to see some ATT 14s in play next Friday night because I think it'd make it easier against Bad Bart. So, Will, did you want to use the experience points potions? So he says use all potions. All right, so Yep, I have you at 2750, Will. Which puts you at 30,585. A victory next week pushes you up to level 6. Now, here's the thing. Here's why it's a double-edged sword. Let me make sure everybody understands this. I am not going to be applying experience points potions next Saturday. So if you choose to gamble on how much experience you're going to get, maybe you get partial experience, let me be clear with this. So let's say you go, you know what? I'm 4,000 short of leveling up, and I've got 2,000 in potions. Let me just wait. So next week is not going to be I'm going to use all my potions and level up. If you're going to use potions, you use them today to get as close as possible. All I'm doing next week is if you win, I'm applying the experience points to whatever total you have at the end of today. I'm not going to apply the experience points. Then I'm going to apply how many potions you want to use, and then you message me and tell me, I only want to use 1 XP 50 and 1 XP 150 and 2 of these, and I've got 1,000 different messages. So the way it's going to work, you do like Will did, use your potions, get as close as you want, and then win, and you guys are fine. Or gamble, and maybe you need 3,000 and you only get 2,000. Maybe you need 3,000 and you get 4,000. That's up to you. But if you come up 500 short, we're not applying potions next week. Everybody fully clear on that. I've got a ton of work this coming up week, so I'm not going to do 2 level up events. I want to make sure everybody understands it. So Will, your brand new total $30,585. You need 1,500 next week. I think you're in a good spot. You guys win, you are getting 1,500. Even if you get partial experience, you'll probably get 1,500. I think that's pretty comfortable. But somebody that's 3,500 short, you're going to need to bring the heat, man. You're going to need to come in and blow some stuff up. You're going to need to come in and win. So we want to get everybody as close as possible today. And make sure you have a res and restore, just in case you die. All right. We got Will. Will is still level 5, but super, super close to level 6. All right, I've got the messenger of the Lord, Father Ron. And you know what? I'm going to go Moonshot, then Father Ron. Moonshot was here a little bit earlier in the stream. So Moonshot, we're going to go with you first, and then we'll go to Ron next. All right, and we're going to go through these quick, everybody. So just be patient. I've done some stories and some sidebars, but I'm going to speed it up a little bit so you guys can get back to your Saturday. Oh, but first, tomorrow is not a level up event. Tomorrow is a banker event. I am not buying items tomorrow. So once we finish, send me your sell items, and you will either have a price by tomorrow morning that you will either accept or you won't accept. But during tomorrow's streams, I'm going to put items up on the board that you can purchase with dead dimes. I'm going to put additional in-game and out-of-game items that you can purchase with battle tokens. Could be some t-shirts, could be some gear, could be some packs, could be some things for battle tokens. So you're going to have a couple different ones. We're going to try to keep each person to less than 10 minutes. There's going to be some bundles set up, so it's not going to be, I want one of these. Oh, let me walk over here, get one of these. Things are going to be grouped. So we'll get quick purchases. We'll get your amount out to you. The reason I need it tonight is so I can forward the dead dime amount to Kel, and she can compile all the numbers, so that way when we go on a shopping spree tomorrow, you know how many dead dimes you have, and I know how many. All right, just a little side tidbit of information, but if I'm streaming at 3 o'clock tomorrow and you're messaging me stuff at 3:30, I'm not buying. I just don't have the time. So that's up to you guys. Some people sent it to me a couple days ago, so I'm going to be sending out some offers. Some people sent it to me this morning. All right. But sometime tonight, Sheila. For some of you, it's only going to be 10 or 15 items. So just go through it. Let me know. And I may make you an offer and you may not like it. You may say, you know what? I'd rather trade this to somebody else. All right, let me get to Moonshot. Show you guys how quick this is going to go. So Jason, first Anthony says, can I use any gear at all, or will I just be throwing rocks on Friday night? Anthony, be here tomorrow. Yes, at ATT 8. Some of the weapons you can use: Phoenix 335 bow, Blaze 5, Sin +5, Starstruck +4, Venom 5, Warglaive +3, Infuse 32, Displace, Crowley's Crusher, Crimson Axe +3, Brace Weapon +4. Several people have those. When you get to armor, some of the armor you can use: Battle Belt, Vitality Belt, Boots +2, Plate +4, Nova Shield. So yes, and once you get to level 10, it's a whole different ball game. Bling +4, Brace 6, Brack 5, Curse 5, and new upgraded Diablo, Oasis 6, Sonic Bow, Space 6, Zeus +5. I mean, there's a lot of weapons. So the answer to the question is yes. And there's several people that will probably start gifting you items. Anthony, I am going to ask you to shoot me an email via Messenger so I can send you your inventory. All right, Moonshot. I had you at 17,165. And I have you at 11K as well. 11K includes victory, includes playing your class, includes items used, and it's also rounded up. So Moonshot, I've got you at an additional 11K. 17,165 plus 11,000 puts you at 28,165. Now, XP potions, probably 4,900 Moonshot after last night. Does that sound about right? So I've got you at enough to level up. We could use 4,000 of yours and take you to 32,000. All right, so Moon, we're just going to round it and make it 4,000. So I don't have to worry about 50 experience points because I already rounded up. So you got more than the benefit. So Moonshot is going to add 4,000. to 28,165. And that is going to put you at a total 32,165. Now, I know some of you guys do pack openings, and you probably, sometimes you mumbled like, oh man, I can't believe I got that XP 500. Oh, I can't believe I got that XP 1000. And there you go. I mean, just enough, right? So Moonshot, we're also going to need 2 ATT 10s from you. And let me take a look at your inventory, because I know you give a lot of stuff away. So I don't know where you are on ATTs. I'm always a little nervous with you, because some people I know, they keep 5 or 6. You, every time we do one of these events, you give almost all of them away. So Moon, I've got you at 2 15s and 120. Yep. So we're going to use them. 2 15s and 120. So congratulations, you are our first sniper at ATT 12. And then, of course, you know you have your other modifications on that. So Moonshot going from level 5 to level 6. The brand new total. Well, you can use 1-in-1. But it would still, well, you know what? You guys are going to put me in a rounding situation again, aren't you? Because then it'd be 95%, and I'm still going to be in a situation where I have to round up. So, all right, let's use 1-in-1. I need to get to ATT 20s so we don't get in these rounding situations. All right. Yeah, we're good. No, I don't like to always round. I just want it to be, I want it to work. But the other thing that I did is I rounded up extra experience points to a lot of people that were at 10,700, 9,800. So most people, I'd say, actually not most, everybody here today got an even number, and your total is the benefit of a rounding up. So that way we don't get into, oh man, I only needed an extra 150. Because some of you got an extra 200 to 300 just by the rounding factor. So, and that's going to help us get to some nice even numbers in the near future. Julie, I won't go into all that, but it was a little higher, yes. But there were some really, look, I don't want to make it all doom and gloom. There were some good parts of Crimson Cove. There were some good decisions that were made. But there was some chaos. I do think the next couple weeks is going to be back to what the group does best, though. I think you guys will do well this Friday if you don't go in there and take it for granted. Here, let me give you an exchange between me and Will. This was Will messaging me yesterday. And I just already had a feeling about the fight. So, Will says, you ready for tonight? And I said, yes, you guys are going to die so hard. Wrong answer. I said, all right, it's hardcore tonight. So, I mean, you know, just throughout the day. I'll get like little back and forth sometimes. But what's funny about that is it was the red beard. That's what I kind of wanted him to. I thought the red beard and the possession of bloodfish was going to be a lot more difficult. And it was kind of vice versa. All right, so I got Will, I got Moon, I got Bilal, I got Anthony, and I got Amy. So Father Ron, it was a little rough, wasn't it, Dimes? All right, I'll get to you in a minute, Animal. Moon, I don't have your combinations in front of me. I know you've raised your ATT at least once. I don't know if you've combined the threads yet. So you're either 13 or 14. I know you haven't put the Bionic Heart set together yet. I got a feeling you're ATT 13. So you're 6 plus level 6, which is 12. And then I know you have at least ATT 1, which is 13. All right. Chuck, I'll get to yours next. So let me get Father Ron. Yep. Now, keep in mind, Ron, that the first fight you didn't gain experience points for. So the XP kicked in for the second fight. So here we go. And once again, rounded up total. So Ron, I've got you at coming into this week at 16,105. And I've got you right there, rounded up with the group. I got you Amy, Will, Moon. I got you at 11K. Used a couple blues. And overall, you know, a lot of you guys got a real generous boost for playing your class. I mean, there were certainly some times I could have deducted a little bit more. So, Ron, I've got you at 11K plus 16,800. Putting you right there, similar, 27,800. And you're pretty close to Will as well. I've got you roughly, I think about 2850 in potions. Might be 50 higher, might be 50 less. But after last night, the extra 1,000 is added. I think you had about 1850 coming in. I've got you about 2850. And feel free to double check that. But so you're about 4,000, a little bit over 4,000 short. Well, let's double check because you and I are a little bit off on our inventory counts. Okay, I've got okay, this is what I have in your inventory on screen. So I've got you with 2 XP 1000s. And I've got you with 3 XP 250s. And I've got you with 2 XP 500s. Yeah, you have an extra XP 500 that I don't have in your inventory. All right, give me 1 second. I want to look this up. And so Ron, let me make sure though with our totals. So I've still got you at, so I got you at 16,105 plus 11,000, 27,105. So even if we add 4,250, I still got you at 31,355. Which is still going to come up a little bit short, and that's after I round it up. So, like I said, we can figure it out. If it's something on my end, I'm fine with it. But do we want to go ahead and eliminate those? So let's go ahead and, look, I'm fine with it. Let's just, that way we don't have to go in and dig and go through a whole bunch of stuff. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Let's add 4,250 to it. It's only an extra, I mean, we can figure that out later. I'm going to put you at 31,355. So if you can log that new total, 31,355, and we're going to use the XP potions. You can't donate XP potions. All right. And hold on to the ATTs, obviously. And then next Friday, you guys get the win, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, whatever. I'll book it in. And then at that point, I'll deduct the ATT potions, and it'll be a seamless process. So you guys go take care of what you need to take care of next Friday, and then by Saturday, you'll miss out on a night, but by next, you need to win. It's pretty simple. There's a lot on the line for several people. Will's in that category. Father Ron's in that category. It's going to be more people that are in that category by the end of the day. So I would say at least half the group really needs to go in and get that W. So, all right, Father Ron, we're keeping you at 5, and hopefully we can get you up to 6 by the weekend. And once again, this is a special raid. Normally we take Friday nights off, or the Friday night after off. This is going to be a special out-of-cycle raid, which is why I'm adding to the XP. After next week, we're not going to do another level up event for a month. So, you guys know, it's a lot of importance for Friday nights, so start talking it up. All right, Chuck the Messenger, where you at, Chuck? Chuck's got to roll out here in a couple minutes. Let me get Chuck. And I saw you last night lobbing those grenades, Chuck. Don't think I didn't catch you sneaking in there. All right, so first and foremost, Chuck, I had you coming into this week at 5,250. So you were at level 3, 5,250 after the last level up event. So I've got you at $7K, which is going to take you 5,250 plus 7,000. Going to put you at 12,250. 12,250 get you up to level 4. Not quite level 5. And if we use all your potions, it ain't going to, I don't think it's going to get you there anyway. Let's see. We got about 2,600. No, you're still going to be a little bit short. But, Chuck, again, Friday night, let's think about this for a second. So if we use all of your level up potions, and then you go in Friday night win, you can level up once tonight and then level up again on Saturday automatically. So that could take you up to level 5. So I say burn them. Because if you get 3,000 on Friday night, you're going to be short. All right, so we're going to add the 2,600 to it. All right, so Chuck, I've got you at 14,850. Now here's the deal, okay? You are going to be short XP potions or ATT potions next week. And we're not going to have an event. So you need ATT potions tomorrow. So when things pop up on the screen, if there's a package that has ATT 20, you need to get it tomorrow. Otherwise, next Saturday, you're not going to have the ATT 20s to automatically level up. he's going to need 2. Julia, he's going to need 2 ATT 20s. All right, Julia's going to give you 2, Chuck. So you're all set. Show up Friday night, get the win. You're going to level 5, my man. And that means, well, Chuck now is level 4. So check this out, everybody. Chuck, you can now wear tier armor. So we can get you in a tier set for Friday night. If you guys have an extra tier set and you want to send it down to Chuck, do a little bit more damage, help the group out. Every little bit's going to help. So congratulations, Chuck. Level 4 and your ATT 6. And now your overall ATT is 10. So you just moved into tier gear. Yeah, some of you did, and I appreciate that. I haven't read through all the messages, but some of you guys have already given some items to some people, so thank you so much for that. I'm still kind of working through it. Once we finish today's stream, I'm going to be working on getting all that updated and then getting some offers out to you guys for the sale events for tomorrow and converting it into dead time. So congratulations, Chuck. All right. Moving along, everybody. All right, who else do we have? If you're ready to jump in here, then let me know. I can't pick everybody, obviously. I saw Football Master, I think, popped up. Football, were you saying you wanted to go? All right, football. All right, hold up. Let me get Charles because she's got to leave with Chuck. All right, Cheryl. You had a little less activity than Chuck. There are a couple nights you took off. Don't think I wasn't watching. But I do have an overall total for you. So you were at 4,000. And I've got you at 4,000. So I actually have you leveling up as well. So Cheryl, that takes you up to 8,000 overall experience. Yep, and you got potions as well, so you're good. But the key was getting to 4,000 to 8,000. So at 8,000, that takes you from level 3 to level 4, and we're going to use your ATT potions as well. And we can now get you in tier gear as well. So Chuck and Cheryl both hitting level 4. Congratulations. And we'll both be starting to get decked out in tier gear. And I expect you guys to be playing a little bit more. I want to see you guys on Friday nights and also for those PvP matches. And you played great the other night, by the way. You guys ran into a tough team with Ben and Flyrod, but you know what? A little more gear. You guys had them on the ropes a little bit. A little bit more gear, and you guys are right there. And who knows? Hey, now you can wear tier gear. You're going to be wearing the same gear that they're wearing. All right. So Chuck and Cheryl, you guys have a great afternoon. Appreciate you guys popping in. And I'd love for you guys to hang out for the next 30, 40 minutes, whoever can. But, once we get through, we're just moving on. Nothing super, super exciting going on today except you get to find out where everybody stands. And you guys know that we're going to be rocking it on Friday night. This Friday, it's a lot on the line for everybody. All right, Football Master. So, Football Master, this is kind of a big deal for you, actually, because Football Master's been kind of skating along at level 4. You guys might not have known this, but a lot of you guys were level 5, and he has been rocking Tier 1 gear recently, but he's barely Tier 1. Uh-oh. What did I promise? Hold on. Julia, first of all, what happens in mod chat stays in mod chat. I'm just going to leave it at that. No mead for me right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll have some mead later on. You know what? I've never even drank mead. I guess it's like a sweet beer or something, but no. I've never even tried it. Okay. Back to the lecture at hand. Let's get back to Football Master. So I was giving kind of the Football Master speech, and he was a little bit short. He was 14,350. So Football Master is going to be kind of in between as well. Now I will say this. Football Master had a pretty good event. Zach, I got you at 10K. So that's pretty solid. And, I mean, when you're talking about you played the class on a percentage basis using a lot of items, you stepped to the forefront for the puzzles, you volunteer to take one for the team, you die. Now, truth be told, you don't have exactly the inventory that other people have, but from a strategy and a gaming standpoint, I've always been impressed with your PvP, with your knowledge, and your willingness to get up there and really get some stuff done. So I've got you coming in, like I said, 14,350. And then I added, rounded up, I added 10K to that, which puts you at 24,350. It's still a stretch away, and I don't know where you stand with potions, but I don't think you're going to be able to round the corner and level up 2 times. It's going to take you a little bit more, I think, to really kind of catch up. I think I've got you at about 2,700 or so that you could add to that. Put you at around 27,000. I'm not saying that it's impossible to get 5,000 on Friday night, but if you want to burn your potions, who knows? I mean, you might get 4,000. You might 5,000. I mean, yeah, I think I've got you at 2,750. I still think it's a little bit of a stretch, though. But it's going to put you about 5,000 short. Zach, I'll leave it up to you. I mean, I guess I would rather use them and have a shot at it than let them sit there and say, man, if I would have used these, now I'm like 1,000 short of going up to level 6. What do you guys think? You think you should burn them and hope that he gets a little bit extra on Friday night? Yeah, I would. I think I would too. All right, so we're going to add 2750 to that total. So I've got you at 27,100. Now, that'd be a heck of a thing, wouldn't it? I mean, if you were to get 5,000 on Friday night, you would just jump right up there and level up twice. So, who knows? I think 4,000 would be a good night, but I'm not saying it's impossible for the group to do some things to benefit. You know, pop a triple XP, don't die. I would certainly use extra experience points. Anything that you can get to get that extra boost. So, let me just double check. I'm pretty sure you have the ATTs. Yeah, you're good. So I'm going to go ahead and deduct 2 ATT 20. And Football Master, we're taking you up to level 5. And with a triple XP potion and a good win Friday night, you possibly could go up to level 6. So right now we've got you at ATT 11, plus I know that you've combined the wild card, so ATT 12, which means you can rock PvP gear, no issues. So up to level 5 with an outside chance to go up to level 6 next Friday night. That'll be worth tuning in for everybody. So again, I'm going to ask you guys, if we're doing a special raid, we need everybody there, everybody gemmed, everybody taking it seriously, because there's a lot on the line for over half the raid. All right, who do we have up next? I said, we can jump in and just take some volunteers at this point. I'd seen Football Master well in advance, so we're just kind of getting to where we're getting. All right, Animal, I did see you earlier. Animal's been here for a little while. All right, let's get to the Animal. So Animal, this is where we left you. So we had you at level 2 and 3,000 experience points. That was after your first event, right? Getting through the jungle. So with Crimson Cove, I've got you at, let me find you here. I've got you at 8K, Animal. You had a pretty good event. And once again, from a percentage standpoint, very active. You know, the first week you're kind of hiding behind Will, and now you're starting to help the group a little bit with some damage, little by little. I do think you had to be grappled last night. I'm pretty sure somebody grappled you back. That was fun. But overall, we're going to add 8,000 to your total, Joe. So I've got you at 11,000. Now, here's the problem. You're going to level up twice. And let's take a look at your XP potions. I've got you about 2250. So Wow, okay, let's check this out here. All right, first of all, he's at 11,000. And we do want to burn the 2250. And I'll tell you why. So, Joe, that's going to put you at 13,250. And if you help the group win on Friday night, you're going to level up 3 times in a week. 2250 is how much experience point potions you have in your inventory. Now, again, I would say use them, because if you don't, you could be like Football Master. You could come up a little bit short on Friday night. But we are going to have to take a look at your inventory as well and see how you're looking on ATT potions. All right. So, Joe, I've got you with a brand new total, 13,250. Julie Jason, anyone ever done that? Yeah, Anthony. Anthony just did it a little bit ago. Anthony went from level 0 to level 3, and Dahlstrom's going to do it as well. So we're going to have 3 people. All right, so what we have to look at, Animal, is we got to take a look and see where your ATT situation is. Okay? So I have you with enough ATT potions. If we use all 5 of your potions, because you have some 15s in there, I've got you comfortably. I see you, Gemstone. Hello, everyone. Busy painting and moving. Daughter into a new tween room. Wanted to say hello. Hello to you, too. And appreciate that. And if you guys did not see some of the items last night, Gemstone, that 10-pack right there might go a long way toward one of those items we saw last night. What did you guys think about the items last night? I thought the rewards last night, I mean, that zap, that PvP ring, that legendary sword, oh my. And by the way, this is where I do my quick commercial interruption. Next Saturday, we will be back with our pack opening. So any super chats that happened earlier this week, that happened today, tomorrow, all next week, Kel is keeping inventories of all those. So even if it's a Walking Dead stream, if you super chat, she's logging it. Whatever you type is going into your tally for your pack openings next Saturday. And I think it's going to be a pretty big event because we got people started, especially if you guys win Friday night. If you guys have a good Friday night, I think the pack opening on Saturday is going to be a big thing because, and we're going to cap it again, and there will be some legendaries in there. But my goal is that you guys win. A few people go up in AT&T, and then there's going to be a mad rush, I think, for Tier 2. And there will be additional Tier 2 added. So there you go. And I think there might be a PvP ring or 2 in there as well. And something extra. Gina Crockett might be something a little extra. We may see Ace. And we may talk about Ace's ability. All right, so Animal, you are now level 4. And how about Animal turning the corner? Animal is level 4 and ATT 10, which means he can now rock Tier 1 gear as well, everybody. Another player getting on the board. Animal, congratulations. Your damage is going to be a little bit better on Friday night. And the group needs it, man. I'm telling you. All of those, your strategies, how much you guys are dealing, get these people geared. You saw it last night. The difference between a non-tank taking gear and Fly Rod up there was almost double. There were people went up to the front and they got immediately destroyed. Fly Rod went up there, took a couple hits, he got healed, took another hit, then they missed, then he took another hit, then he got healed again once the other heals wore off. So the strategy you guys had last night was pretty good. The execution was good at times. But certainly, you know, I can see a big difference in your groups and what you guys are doing. From week 2 to month 2 to month 5, it's a big, big deal. All right, so congratulations, Animal. And I had, who else did I have chime in a little bit ago? I saw Julia Muse chimed in after Animal. Julia, let's see where you stand. So, Julia, I had you at 16,900. And I have you solid as well. 11K. So, Julia, I got you at 11K. Coming in at 27,900. This is rounded up as well. And I've got you somewhere around 5,900 XP. So we certainly have enough for you to level up. Oh, you got the same thing I got. Look at that. Numbers match. So, Julia, you just want to use 5,000 and you'll go slightly over. All right, so let me double check my math here. So we got you at 5,000 plus 11,000 and then 16,900. Going to put you at 32,900. 32,900. And Julia, we will use 2 ATT 20s. And I've got you at level 6. Congratulations. And I know your ATT is 14 as well. All right, man, we got a lot of people want to go next. I saw Dimes. I saw Gemstone. I saw Ocean Man, a few people. And Bloodfish as well. I'm going to take Gemstone real quick so she can pop out. And then I'll go to Bloodfish, and then I'm going to jump to a couple other people. All right, so Gem, I see trigger. So I'll speed it up just a little bit so we can get through everybody. All right, Gemstone, I've got you at 17,625. And I'll give you 1 second, Anthony. Gemstone, I've got you at 12,000. Bring you to 29,625. And I will tell you, from a item usage and damage dealing, Gemstone was top 3 in overall damage and item usage. So a nice boost. Look, there's sometimes you go in there and there's sometimes you just kind of rack up and let them fly. And her damage certainly benefited the entire group in a couple fights. So Jim, I've got you at 29,625. Which puts you about 2,500 short. You got a ton of XP potions, so I'm not worried about that. So you got a lot of experience stored up, not enough to go up to level 7. But I will say you have been extremely fortunate with the XP 1000s. You and Rocket have a monopoly on those XP 1000s. So you can use them all and make a statement of how much experience you got, or you can use a couple thousand, maybe 3,000, and just get up to level 6. Okay, just enough. I'm going to use 3 of them. It's going to put you a little bit over. So we're going to bring you up to we use 3K XP, which is going to bring you up to 32,625. And we're use 2 ATT 20s. And you're all set. Yeah, I wasn't worried about a few of you. A few of you have been saving potions for a little while. So, Bloodfish, Bonnie, Gina, Amy, Jim. I know, I won't divulge, but a few of you guys are in pretty good shape. So, Jim, congratulations. You are level 6, ATT 14, and you were probably one of the closest to ATT 15. You still got a little ways to go with the wild cards, but you're one of the closer ones. So some people will be able to start wearing tier 2 gear in a couple of weeks. Some people it's going to be 3 weeks. So not a huge difference, but, enough to get a few week advantage, right? All right. Congratulations, Jim. And go back to your painting. Have a good Saturday. And we'll talk to you tomorrow. All right. How about Heart of Nixie? Heart of Nixie is always patient sometimes until I call on her. So, Nixie, we're going to go to you next, and then Bloodfish. So, Nixie, I've got you at finishing out the last event. Wait a minute. It's her birthday for real, or are you just messing with me? Well, happy birthday. And I do have to tell you. Hold on. This is my favorite avatar. Just so you guys know. That is Nixie's. You guys probably don't, you pay a lot of attention to avatars. But is that not a cool avatar? And it is by far the most badass tattoo you could ever get. If any of you ever want a tattoo, get that tattoo. That is the coolest. I mean, come on. Check that out. Look at the detail in that. But anyway, happy birthday, Nixie. Hopefully you have a wonderful birthday. And appreciate you being patient. And let's get your character leveled up. So we got Nixie at 10,100. Hippo's got 11 tattoos. How many tattoos do I have? Well, first of all, Gina Crockett wins the most tattoo award. But I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think. Yeah, but Gina, do you have a count, or are they just so many that are combined that make one? All right, anyway, I'm sidetracked. Back to Nixie. 10,100, and Nixie, I've got you at 10K. And I will tell you, from a item usage, percentage, feedback, getting involved in the puzzles, Nixie's right there. Not as many grenades, but there's a lot of ways you can benefit the group by trying to damage with what you have or adding massive firepower. Both work well. And Nixie, I've got you, part of all those boss kills, I got you right there at 10,000, which puts you at a total of 20,100. I've got you at about 3,500. Now, I would recommend for you not using them, because there's no way you guys are getting 10,000 on Friday night. That I can guarantee you. So, I think you hold on to the potions you have, and then if you get close the next time, maybe make a move as you start to kind of get, narrow the gap a little bit. But using them right now, it's going to put you at 23,000, and you're not going to be able to get the 9,000 on Friday night. So I think you just you should stay at 20,100, level it up. $20,100 without using your XP potions. And I did a rough calculation. I think you're about 3,500 in XP potions after last night. It was very quick math. You guys saw my math this morning. So I would keep, if it were me, I would keep the 3,500. And we'll see where you're at with the ATT. Now, I do have you one short on the ATT, though. Yeah, no, you will go to level 5. So when you go from 10,000 and you hurdle over 16,000 to 20,100, you're level 5. But if my inventory is correct, I've got you one ATT 20 short. Now, I don't have... Yeah, I didn't go through and do it exactly for people that were kind of in between. The people that were close, I added it to get them a total. But when I calculated your initial base, I knew you were about 20,000. So I roughly went through. I saw about 3,500. But yes, I mean, it could be. That's fine. Yeah, I'm. All right, in the ATT, yeah, that should be from the other night. All right, so Nixie, you're good. So let's use 2 ATT 20s. And we're going to lock you in at 20,100. And we're going to take you from level 4 to level 5. And your ATT is now 11. And we'll double check the XP counts. So I said it's close. So as long as it's not the difference between leveling up and not leveling up, we'll get it figured out. So level 5, ATT 11. And we'll go through and see how you look on Bionic Wildcards. I haven't checked that out. But obviously if we combine 4 Bionic Wildcards, that would take you to ATT 12. So I don't have memorized, who has already combined the first 4, who hasn't. But either way, you're in a good spot. And we'll check that out tomorrow. I'll double check your wild cards when we go to the banker event. All right, I've got... Okay. I promised we'd get Bloodfish. I've got Bloodfish at 19,675. And you almost became the first person to level up without any assistance. You were super, super close. I've got you at 12K as well. Damage, strategy, playing the class, volunteering for puzzles, solving puzzles. I've got you at 12K, putting you at 31,675. You almost made it without using a single potion. We're more than enough, so if you just want to use a XP 500. And that'll get you over 32,000. But you're in a pretty good spot with potions as well, too. All right, once we get that, let's see where... and then we can use 2 ATT 20s. So let me know what you want to do with XP. All you need to do is use 1 XP 500, and that gets you above. All right, so we're going to do that. So we're going to do 2 ATT 20, 1 XP 500, and that gets you over the curve. It's going to put you at... $32,175. All right, now, if it's not over 90, we're not rounding up. So if you go 90, we're still rolling a 10-sided die. You got to be 95 in order to get the round up. Which means you got a 1 in 10 chance of not leveling your ATT if you want to gamble with that. Now, if you want to use a 20 and a 15, you can do that. So you can use 4 ATT 10s. If you want to use a 20 and a 15, that would be 35, or 4 10s. Either way. All right, we can do the 4 ATT 10s. All right, I think that's 14 you've used today because you gave away 10. All right, good stuff. Okay, so we got Bloodfish at level 6. ATT 12 as a... It's too late. I already used 4 ATT 10s. All right, we've got Bloodfish at... Save it for next time. It'll still be the same percentage next time. Bloodfish is at ATT 12. And... I know you've combined the first. I'm not sure if you combine the threads. I'll have to look. But either way, you're 12 plus 13 plus 1, 13, and you might be 14. So we'll double check all that later on when I get a chance to go through inventory. Double check your inventories, everybody, because some of you guys might have enough threads, enough wild cards, enough torsos, enough the second time of torsos. So as I notice it, I will adjust it for you. But if you guys notice it before me, shoot me a message and say, hey, Kills, I got all these threads. I'm ready to level it up. All right. Who else has been patient and is ready to Ocean Man. I saw Ocean Man a little bit earlier. I can't speak. Ocean Man. Where you at, Ray? All right, and I'll get to you in a minute, Dal. We still got a few more to go through. Appreciate everybody being patient. We're well over halfway with everybody. Let me find Ray. Where you at, Ray? Yeah, if you haven't added the threads, then you're ATT 13. So if we get the threads, you go to 14. And you guys saw the new weapons that opened up at 14. The Nox. Several new weapons will be introduced for 14. The Zap last night. So some good stuff. All right. We'll get back to Ocean Man. Tommy, are you here? Where's the tank? I know Tommy was here a little bit earlier. Yeah, hey, I appreciate you guys hanging out. I'm going to try to wrap up another 15 to 20 minutes, so if you guys got to roll out, certainly doesn't hurt my feelings. You know, this is not our typical stream. Just want to do this for you guys. So, Tommy, and then we can jump over to Dimes as well. All right, Tank, let's see where you're at. So, Tommy, I had you, remember when we leveled up the last time, you had just gotten over the hurdle. You were at 16,040. So, playing the class, using items, all the above, you were right there in the thick of it. I've got you at 10K, Tommy. So I've got you going from 16,000 up to 26,040. You just made it last time. Now, you've got about 2,250 in experience points. I would use them. Because much like Football Master, if you use this 2,250, Tommy, and you happen to get 4,000 on Friday night, you're leveling up. So I say burn all your XP, and let's hope for a good show on Friday night. So, Tommy, I've got you at 28,290. Holding tight at level 5, but certainly a 4,000 point night on Friday night would benefit several of you. It would be a big, big night. Be a lot of fun Friday night if you guys can get that win and have people walking away with 4K. Football Master saying 4K what? 5K. All right. Ocean Man, jump back to you. I can see you now. All right, Ray. You, Tommy, Father Ron, you guys are all kind of in this same area. So I've got you at 16,155. And Ray, I got you at 10K, 26,155. And Ray, I've got you a little bit over 3,000. I've got you at about 3,250 XP. So I would say use all the XP, use the 3,250. Get you within about 3,000. So again, on Friday night, you got a lot on the line. I see you, Ray. Right there. Right in front of me. You keep saying, can you not see me? I just need a green light. Just say, hey, use my potions. Just give me a yes, Ray. I've got you at 26,155. I got you sitting on about 3250 in potions. That'll get you within striking distance on Friday night. Still going to keep you at level 5, but you still got an outside shot to get to level 6 on Friday night. Give me a thumbs up and you're good to go, as long as you can hear me. All right. Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on. Everybody else coming through okay? I don't know. I don't know what he's typing. Okay. All right. Anyway, Ray, I've got you at a brand new total. We'll figure out what's going on here. I got you at 29,405. And I got you holding tough at level 5. So I can't see everything he's typing, by the way. If you guys saw him say yes, not on my screen. So the last thing I have him typing is, yes, I hear him loud and clear. Now I see yes. All right, I see you now, Ray. Okay, 29,405. Yes, that does include the 1,000 from last night. Factored in, I had you at 2250. Adding that is 3250. So we're adding the whole thing, put you at 29,405, everybody. Okay. Trigger. You ready to rock? I want to rock, rock. I want to rock, rock. Where you at, Trigger? Trigger, how you liking that legendary from last night? Just curious. Just wondering. All right, Trigger. 16,765. And I've got Trigger at 11,000. I will tell you, Trigger is top 5 in items used. She is somebody that will throw everything, the kitchen sink, every time we have a fight. She is up there in damage and using a boatload of artillery. So, Trigger, I got you adding 11,000 to that 16,765 plus 11,000. Put you at 27,600. 765. Now I've got you with about 5,500 in experience. I say burn them and move yourself up to a brand new level. All right, she says do it. So trigger puts you a little bit over. We're going to take you to 33,265. You're actually leading right now in total experience points, so congratulations. And we're going to use 2 ATT 20s. We're going to go ahead and apply all of your XP potions. And that is going to take you up to level 6 and 33,000 and ATT 14. Another ATT 14 in the house, everybody. Her base is 6. She's level 6, which makes it 12. She's leveled up the wild cards and she's leveled up the threads. So that makes her ATT 14. Congratulations. All right. Let's get... Where's Julie J? Where you at, Julie J? Thank you, Angel, and congratulations on that gear too, by the way. I know there's several people that really, really love that sword. I got a lot of compliments on that last night. So use it well. Just like Valar. Use that bounty bow well, Valar. All right. Julie J might have stepped out. Give me some volunteers. Who wants to go next? If you guys are ready to rock, type it in right now. We only got a few more people to jump through, guys. We're making great time, everybody. I said 2 hours. I knew it'd go a little bit over. Let me go with Dimes, and then I'll go Tammy Hill. All right, Deadly Dimes. And then Sheila Beasley. So, Dimes, Tammy Hill, and Sheila. Okay, Deadly Dimes. You were coming in with some big, big numbers. So I had you at 18,215. Dimes, I got you at 11K. 18,215. Big, big damage from Deadly Dimes. A lot of melee damage. I will tell you this. Dimes is in the upper half when it's ranged attacks. But when you guys move in and go melee, she does work. So Dimes, I got you at 29,215. Right there in the upper echelon of experience points. You have more than enough. And then some left over. So I would say we add 3 XP 1000s. Put 3,000 to that number and get you above 32. All right, let's do it. All right, we're going to add 3K to Deadly Dimes. That's going to put you up to 32, 215, and yes, she is level 6, ATT 14 in the house, Dimes, crushing it. 6 plus level 6 makes her 12, and she's leveled up her ATT on 2 occasions, so she's ATT 14. Just one short from rocking Tier 2 gear. It's going to happen before you know it. At a minimum, it's going to be in 3 weeks, the next level up event, right? Well, at a maximum. But some of you guys are pretty close to your collections. So you might have a couple weeks to get that tier gear ready to go so you can use it in the next few weeks. So congratulations, Dimes. Another level 6. So far, level 6, we got Amy. We got Bloodfish. We got Dimes. We got Gemstone. We got Julia. We got Moonshot. And we got Trigger. And we got a whole lot of people that are super, super close, within striking distance. All right, I've got Tammy Hill and then Sheila Beasley. Where are you at, Tammy Hill? Tammy, I had you at 13,635. And I've got you at 9K. Bringing you up to a total of 22,635. Taking you from level 4 to level 5. Congratulations. And I want to check and see where we're at for I've got you with 1 ATT 20. And I know you're not quite maxed out yet on your base ATT. And I'll say this, with the dead dimes you got last night, if there's a wild card available, pick it up tomorrow so you can max out. Yeah, we need to look at your, you know what, actually let me look at your Bionic. Give me 1 second. Yeah, I've got you, Tammy, with, you got some threads, you've got some torsos, but no Bionic wild cards. And that's what we need. So tomorrow, because the Bionic wild card is what you need to max out. I think you are at ATT 5 as your base. So we need one more wild card to get you to max out at ATT 6. So what we need is Julia has 2. Hang on. You have, I got, on 522. Hold on. That was yesterday. Yeah, the thing, yesterday you guys got, Oh, well, there you go. All right, never mind. So you, yeah, I haven't added last night. I guess that's my bad, everybody. Last night's spoils have not been added into inventories. The XP potions have. That's the only thing that I went back and calculated. But the other wild card stuff, I have not. So, all right. Well, your max ATT 6. So that means we only need to get you one ATT 20. And then Bonnie has the ATT 20. So we're good. B-Dub. All right, so Tammy, it's been a long journey. I have to tell you. I think when you rolled, you were ATT 3. So congratulations to Tammy hitting ATT 6, everybody. And now that she's hit ATT 6, she's also moved up to level 5. So that means she can wear tier gear. She can use enhanced weapons. So those of you that have some gear in the closet that want to send me over a gift list, I will add it to her inventory. And I would say just from the new players and something, you guys might have added an extra 10% to the overall ability and damage of the group today just by players that have been here for a while hitting a higher ATT, new players leveling up like Anthony, like Dow, like Animal, and then Tammy, who's been here for a long time, been very patient, worked her way through the scenes on Friday night, now finally hitting ATT. Absolutely. You can wear the tier gear set now. So we need to equip it. Any gems, any sockets, any mirrors, any glyphs, we want to put it on that. The more damage that you can add to that, the better off. So now on Friday nights, that bow damage is going to be relevant. So congratulations to Tammy Hill, up to level 5. Sniper level 5, everybody. Good job. All right, where is Beasley? Beasley was the first to get attacked by the bloodfish last night when he got possessed. She was like, he said S. S? Why did you pick S? All right, Beasley. Let's see where we got you at. I had you at 16,560. And Sheila plays hard, everybody. I'm going to tell you. Beasley, I got you right there at 10K. So we're adding 10K to your total. Put you at 26.5. Now I'm going to tell you what I told everybody else. I think you have 2,000 exactly. I think you got 1 XP, 1,000. I think you got another one last night. I'm going to say burn it. I'm going to say use it. Get you up to 28.5. And kick some ass on Friday night. And if you get 4,000, you're good to go. Let's do it. All right, so Sheila's green lighting it. We're going to take Sheila up to 28,560. That's like 3,500. So you guys get 4,000. And Sheila's going to go up to level 6 next week as well. So just a few names that have an interest in Friday night. Will, 1,500 short. Tommy, less than 4,000 short. Sheila, less than 4,000 short. Ocean Man, about 2,500 short. Football, less than 5,000. So you guys see, I mean, it's a lot of big deal on Friday night. And Bart might be a little bit stronger. Might not be the same Bart you guys are used to. Seems like every time he adds a little bit more to it. Let's jump over to Dow. Dow's been here since before the stream started. All right, so we got another player who's level 0. Father Ron, less than 1,000. You were over 30. I didn't even look at you, Ron, because you were so close. Father Ron, like 650 away, man. All right, brand new tank, everybody, level 0. This is going to be interesting. So, Dow, I've got you at, if I can find you, I've got you at 9K, Dow. Right there in the thick of things the last 3 weeks. And I've got you with 2,000 in XP potions. Again, 5,000 might be a stretch, but I say burn them. Get you to 11K. You and Football Master have outside chances, maybe to rack up 5K on Friday night. Yep, we have several people with Lotus Rings getting a 10% kick to their XP. It's going to help you a lot more later on when XP starts to scale. I will say this time around, you guys got a good benefit of a rounding up, but when you start talking about 10,000 XP and you get an extra 1,000 for it, in the next few levels is when the Lotus Ring is really going to help some of you guys out. I will say everybody got a little extra benefit this module, this scenario. So Dow, we're going to go ahead and burn that 2K you got. Burn all your XP. And that's going to put you at 11,000. Now, like I said, it's a stretch that you'll get 5,000, but boy, oh boy, if you could, man, that would jump you right up to level 5. All right, so here's the challenge, everybody. Dow just became the first person, because of when he started, to level up 4 times. Anthony jumped in. He leveled up 3. Joe had already been here in Jigsaw's Jungle. Dow started out at the beginning of this and just went up 4 levels. Now, at ATT 6, that still means he's 8 ATT 20 short. But let's take a quick look at his inventory. He might have a couple. I know he picked up some packs. He picked up a bundle. I think he missed the bundle that had some more in it. All right, so first of all, Dow has 2 ATT 20s. So I'm going to go ahead and burn those, and that's going to take you from level 0 to level 1. You got the bundle on Wednesday, right, Dow? All right. So those 2 are going to take him from level 1 to level 2. So we burned 4 ATT 20s. So right now, Dow is sitting at level 2, ATT 8. So if we can come up with 4 more ATT 20s, we got another tank that is going to be able to wear Tier 1 gear on Friday night. Now, will there be the chance to get tier gear on Sunday for new players? Can people spend some of those dead dimes to pick up a tier set? All right, let me see what... Let me see where we're at. So we just need a total of 4. Trigger does have 1 extra. So Trigger, you have 1 and you'll have 1 left over. Sheila Beasley, giving you 1. So Dal and Trigger, or I'm sorry, Sheila. Sheila, hang on though. You haven't leveled up yet. Hold on. Because you're going to need yours for this coming up Saturday. You do have some extra, though. You're still good. Make sure you guys keep 2. All right, so... Trigger has 1. Kel has 1. All right, so Kel... All right, so that takes Dow up to level 3. So now we just need 2 more. 2 more, we can get him up to level 4, ATT 10, and we got another tank that'll be able to start gearing in tier gear. So I used Kel and I used Trigger. Valar, I want to make sure you haven't leveled up yet, so I want to make sure you don't spend yours before we get there. All right. Valar's good. Valar is going to donate the other 2. Thank you so much, Valar. All right, Dow, congratulations. You are now level 4, ATT 10. All right, Julie J, are you back? All right, we got Julie J in the house. All right, Julie J, I've got you at 16,150. And you do a great job playing the priest class. I've got you coming in at 10K. So 16,000, you just gotten up to level 5. We're adding 10K to it, puts you at 26,150. And I've got you at about 2,000 XP. So again, I'm going to say burn them. It's going to put you at 28,150 if you use all your XP. But a 4,000 XP night on Friday night would level you up. All right, so we're going to take Julie J. She has got an interest in Friday night. 28,150. We are getting close. I got a feeling we are getting close. All right, who we got next? I saw Mist chime in a little bit earlier. Where you at, Mist? So, Mist, you were like Football Master. You were just under. And you were sitting at level 4. So Mist was at 14,385. So she is actually going to level up here. And Mist, in addition to compiling a lot of information for people, I think you play hard every Friday night. So I've got you coming in at 10,000. So 14,385 puts you at 24,385. Now, here's the thing, Mist. I think you're sitting on about 4,000 worth of XP potions. Now, where you were a little bit behind, you're in the same situation as Julie J and a few others. So if we burn through all of your XP, you got a chance to actually catch up level with a lot of other people, even though you got a little bit of a late start. I'm going to tell you the same thing I've told everybody else. Burn them. Gives you a shot. So I say use the 4,000 in XP and get you up over 28,000. And if you have a 4,000 XP night on Friday night, you caught up. You were level behind. There's a big group that is between 28,000 and 31,000. All right, so Mist is going to use her XP, and it is going to put her at 28,385. Mist is leveled up, but she has another chance to level up. So Mist, we're going to use 2 ATT 20s. And that is going to take you to ATT 11. And if you level up on Friday night, you'll be ATT 12, which means PvP gear, platinum gear, and a whole lot of extra weapons. So congratulations, Mist. All right, who do we have? We've got, do I have Busy Bee? I saw Busy Bee a little while ago. I said 2 hours. I still think we can get it done in the next 15, 20 minutes. All right, Amanda, we'll get to you in a second. Let me see if Busy's here. All right, Busy B is here. So Busy B, I've got you at, you are much in that, you're in that group. It was a little bit further behind. You were at 13,450 and just a little bit under the curve to get there. Busy, I've actually got you at 11,000. And I will tell you, Busy B, quietly under the radar, was top 10 in items used. Busy B was a beast last week. A beast. When I saw the numbers, I was like, wow, she went straight beast mode. So Busy, I've got you going from 13,000, which was a couple thousand under, yep, 13,450 plus 11,000 puts you at 24,400. And if we take a look at your XP, I've got you at about 2,700, I think. So our numbers match. So again, Busy B, I think you are right on the threshold there. If we add that 2,700, look, it might be a little bit of a stretch. 13,450 plus 11,000 plus 2,700. You're kind of right there with Football Master. You're within striking distance. Going to take a big night, no doubt about it. But I think the gamble is worth it. 27,150. Need a 5,000 night. I think 4 is very realistic. I think 5, you guys got to go in there with triple XP potions. You need to start out with an XP, bonus XP elixir. I would not even use any other elixir except bonus XP. I'd call Julia Muse on the phone and say, hey, Julia, let me borrow that Lotus ring for about 10 minutes. No, can't do that. But still, you guys get where I'm coming from. Maximize every opportunity. Julie J, I'm sorry, Busy B, 27,150. But the good news is you did level up anyway. So we're talking about leveling up twice. But Busy, we're going to put you in at 2 ATT 20s. And congratulations. You went from level 4 to level 5, and you have an outside shot of getting to level 6. I've got you at ATT 11 as your base plus your level. And I don't know if you've combined 4 wild cards yet. Like I said, I haven't went to that level of it. But Busy, if you haven't combined 4 wild cards, we need to, because that'll take you to ATT 12. If you have, you're already ATT 12. All right, we got some awesome, patient people. Amanda, where are you at, Unforeseen? All right, here you go. I see you. All right, Amanda. I had you coming in at, I think, 16,100. And I've got you at a good score. It is rounded up. And you even missed a little bit of action. But even though you missed a little bit of action, I still got you coming in at 10K, which is 26,100. Still puts you right in the pack. Fight, items used, you're right there. Just missed a little bit of activity. From a XP standpoint, I've got you, I didn't go break it down. I think I've got you at about 3,000 though. I can double check those numbers. And that should be including last night. Yeah, I got you at 3 XP 1000s. So I'm going to say use them. Put you at 29.1. You're certainly going to be in that 27 to 32 group. All right, we're going to burn them. Amanda, I've got you at 29,100. Still holding tight at level 5. But a 3,000 point night on Friday gets you right back to level 6. Gets you right back with the group. All right, we're down to the final few. All right, let me get some volunteers. Who hasn't went that wants to go? We're down to the last 5 or 6 people. We're going to be out of here in 10 minutes, everybody. And then we're going to be back with the banker tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Getting some sell orders in. I used all your XP potions. 100%, Amanda. Put you at 29.1. All right, Hippo. Hippo, I've got you at, you came in at 12,700. Little slower start, right? You were just a little bit behind the curve. And I've got you, Hippo, I've got you right there at 9K. So 12,700 plus 9,000 puts us at 21.7. You got a little less than 3,000 in XP potions. I'm going to say set on them. Not going to make enough of a difference to get you up before the next level up event. So I'm going to say hold tight at 21.7, Hippo. But the good news is you still go from level 4 to level 5. ATT 11. Once we go through your ATT 20s. So we're going to apply your ATT 20s. And we're going to take you up to ATT 5. I'm sorry. We're going to take you up to level 5, ATT 11. So you're good to go, Hippo. Tier gear, you know it already. Amanda, I did not use your ATT 20s because you didn't level up. Happy birthday, Hippo. All right, I saw B-Dub says she was ready to roll. Bonnie? Where you at, Bonnie? B-Dub, I got you at 19,525 coming into today's events. 19,525. Oh, hold on. And I've got you coming in at 12,500. In top 3 in total items used and damage, putting you at a total of 32,025. And taking you to level 6. And you can hold those potions for another rainy day. Not needed. Barely making it over the curb. And we will use 2 ATT 20s. And good to go. All right, we've got, where's Villar? Where's Villar and my bow? Villar, where's my bow? All right, Villar, here's what I need you to do. When you PvP with that bow, I need you to say, what would kills do? And I'm telling you, I would be berserk, beast mode, ballistic. I would put so much heat, you guys would think you live in the desert. That bow is made for shooting, and that's just what I'll do. And one day I'm going to take out that bow, and I'm going to shoot it all over you. Come on, Villar. You need to bring the pain. Bring the pain with that bow. It's AP2. You load that sucker up with AP arrows and throw some flare out there and just rip and tear, destroy, set everything ablaze. That stuff, all of that stuff. All right, Villar. My dramatic intro. So, Villar, I've got you at 16,750. And Villar, I've got you at 12,000. You, week in and week out, are one of the highest damaging players. Your item usage is always in the top 5. Doesn't matter what we do. You are shooting and throwing and damaging. All of the above. And I've got you at 5250 as well. We don't need the whole 5250, but if you want to burn off 5250, you do have enough experience to level up. We only need 3250. All right, so Valar, we're going to use 3250 XP and ATT 20, and we're going to take you to exactly 32,000. Exactly 32,000. First player to hit it exact. You don't win anything, but it's still kind of cool. And that is going to take you to level 6, ATT 12, as your base, and then of course your wild cards, your threads as well. So I got Rocket, I got Kel, I got Fly Rod still to go, and I got Tin Man. All right, who else is still here that has not went yet? Who else is still here? You are the only few that are keeping us from cooking out on a Saturday night. All right. Let's go, Gina. Let's do it. Let's go. Gina, who spends more time with her puppies than attending our pack opening streams. It's okay. It's cute puppy, Gina. 17,400 is where I had you at the end of Jigsaw's Jungle. And they don't call her Rocket for nothing. Gina is consistently in the top 3 in items used as well. Pretty substantial inventory, and the thing is, she's not afraid to use it. Gina rolls in with a lot of grenades, and she throws a lot of grenades. So, Gina, I've got you coming in at 11,000. 11,000. I know you had to step away a little bit. It wasn't a huge deal. So I've got you at 28,400. And I think I think you have a substantial amount of XP potions. Let's leave it at that. So I would say let's use 4,000 and level you up. You know, I wasn't going to put it out there, but yes, you have a lot of XP. That's why I use the word substantial. All right. So now you have 4,000 less than that total. And you are now 32,400, level 6. And you are ATT 14, and you are the closest player to ATT 15. We got kind of a little bit of a race. They're not racing, but I mean, I'm kind of looking at it. There's about 4 players who are making a move to get to ATT 15. About 4 right now. There's a couple that'll be there shortly. But it's going to be interesting to see who the first player that'll be able to cash in the Bionic Hearts, the Red Thread, and all the wild cards and start using tier gear. Got a few getting close. All right, but congratulations, Rocket. You are ATT 14. You know what that means. You know what the weapons are at stake. You know what the items. And there will be more ATT 14 items coming out next Saturday. So those of you that just hit ATT 14, or those of you that might hit it next Friday night that might be a little bit hungry, hold tight, because next Saturday's pack opening event is going to be one of our biggest and one of our best. Because we are ushering in some really cool stuff, and we're also going to be ushering in some of that some of that Tier 2 gear. So don't get behind on the Tier 2 gear. All right, Trigger, is Fly Rod in the neighborhood? Do we have Fly Rod? So I've got Fly Rod, Kel, and Ben. All right, let's get Fly Rod. There you go, Fly Rod. He's observing. And we will likely... I really enjoyed putting box caps on the last couple pack events. I think it was a lot of fun. And the way we narrowed it down, I had a blast. We'll probably do that again and just kind of let everybody know in advance. I see you, B-Dub. Let everybody know in advance, like, hey, we're going to do 20 boxes today so people can reserve. They can get in the door. They can pick their box number. And then we wind it down because... well, you guys know, when there's a crazy legendary like a Mirror Mask or there's something in there, it just created a lot of suspense and a lot of drama and went down to the wire. So I seen a couple people pick up some 10 packs today, so they are adding up, everybody. I don't know where we pre-sold at this point. We probably have about 4 or 5 boxes already sold for next Saturday's event. So it's gonna be a blast. All right, let's get Fly Rod, I've got you at 16,800. And Fly Rod, I will say, I've said this several times, you have been consistently the best geared tank. And I love the way you go to the forefront. You are the first to go up there and absorb damage. You and Tommy created a pretty good team up there. Now we got a couple more. But I do consider you one of the leaders up there. You don't go and say a lot, which is great. You know, you lead in a different way. You know, we've got some people that it's firepower. We have some people that are vocal. We got some people that's positioning. And Fly Rod is just one of those, man. He just gets up there, does the job, and does it well. So very, very good tank. So, Robert, I've got you adding 11,000. So 16,800. We're adding 11,000 to the total. I've got you at 27.8. And I've got you at about 27.50. So I'm going to say get to 27.50. Get the group together. Go out there and do what you do on Friday night. And then it's a level up event without the level up event. So that'll put you at 30,550 if you go through your XPs. All right, he says do it. So we're going to put him on the board at the new total, 30,550. He is still holding tight at level 5, but that could change. And we got Gina's like, I just watched the pack opening from last Sunday with my 5 picks, and I was saying out loud, I want the bottom 5. I was robbed of the cloak. Oh, man. I remember doing it. I was like, where's Gina? Where's Dow? Where's Gina? All right, well, Gina usually starts at the top. Let's do it. All right, so we are down to Ben the Tin Man and Kel. So I am going to roll through Ben's totals. Ben is at 16,100. And I've got Ben coming in at 9K. Putting it 25-1. And I'm going to say Ben wants to burn his XP too. And it's going to put him at 27,100, right there tied with Football Master. Ben is holding at level 5. But he has an outside chance on Friday night to go up to level 6 as well. And Kel, we got you. Let me double check. Has anybody went? Who is left? I think anybody here that I skipped over besides Kel? All right. Kel, I've got you at 16,350. And I've got you at 11K. Bringing you right there in the mix as well. 27,350. And Kel, you've got quite a stock of XP potions stored up as well. So I've got you at 6150. So you've got enough to level up. She says, let's do it. All right, we're going to add the 6150 to the mix. That's going to put Kel at 33,500. And she's barely ahead of Trigger. Trigger was 33,265. Kel is the current experience points leader. I know other people could have loaded up. But Kel, we're going to go ahead and make you the temporary leader for now. And that is going to put you at level 6. So Kel using up her XP potions. And we'll reset them. So that is about, hey, a little bit over 3 hours, everybody. I think we made great time. Do you guys remember the first level up event we did when we tried to do the banker and everything else, and it was about 9 hours? You guys remember that? And now we smoothly and efficiently got everybody using their XP, using their ATT, reviewing everything, start to finish. We've got level 6 players: Amy, B-Dub, Bloodfish, Dimes, Gemstone, Julia, Kel, Moonshot, Trigger, Valar, and Rocket. And we got a whole lot that can get there on Friday night. Hey, everybody, that is our Saturday afternoon. I want to thank you guys for being here, spending a little bit of time. Get me your sell orders over tonight. I will make you offers either tonight or tomorrow morning. And tomorrow at approximately 3 o'clock, we could push it back to 4. That's a possibility. But sometime between 3 and 4, we will do the banker event. I'm going to limit everybody to a timer. Everybody will have a 10-minute timer. You don't know what items are going to be, but the idea is to come in under the timer. If we do that, it'll be a very, very quick event. Thank you, Bonnie, so much. Congratulations, Army. We need a great fight Friday night. Yes, we do. Some of you guys have tag team partners that need that win. So you've got a week to prepare for it. It will change slightly, but you know the gist of it and you know the overview. It is Bart 2, the PDL Team 0 right now. It's time to get on the board. Kel, thank you so much. Like graduation day. Congrats, everyone. Once again, tomorrow's going to be a lot of fun. You'll be able to spend your dead dimes, and you'll also be able to spend some of your battle tokens, or you'll be able to hold on to your battle tokens and save them up for even bigger rewards. I will see you all tomorrow sometime between 3 and 4 o'clock. Enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening. And it's been a blast, everybody. We got a little bit more to go for this weekend. I will see you soon. Peace.